Thank you on behalf of Abubakar and myself for coming across as well and watching the film, and to the film festival for hosting and inviting us. As I said, this was only the second time we've watched the film together. The first time was in London in November last year. And the second time we've seen each other since everything that you saw, I guess. So it's also a special time for us to be reunited, and particularly in the UK, as you saw, that was Abubakar's dream destination. And since the end of the film, a lot has happened, I guess. So yeah, I don't know if anyone has any questions to begin to ask, or if you'd like to say something in particular to start, or how do we kick this off?
Well, thank you so much for your question. Actually, journey like my journey or Jungo journey, starting leaving their country, I mean from Cameroon or Sudan or wherever, toward Europe, it's not really easy because you need to have, I mean, you need help and you need to be well prepared also by yourself, and there is so many difficulties you are going to face it. So, but according to my experience, so when I start, because I have no one who, I mean, back there who can help me with my journey, I was, because I'm from Sudan in Darfur. I'm a victim of Darfur in Sudan since more than 25 years. So I start like thinking to travel outside Sudan. Maybe I will find seeking for best opportunity, safety, and also ways to help my family home back. And I was fighting all my way, just try to get Europe. That's what I was doing it, regarding all the difficulties that I faced. But I was working on it continually to reach where I can just get safety place to find also opportunity to to get good life, and also to help my family and the community as well. Yep.
And I guess there's a difference in many ways for so many different reasons that people either choose to leave their country or are forced to leave their country. So perhaps you have different reasons for leaving, even though we find ourselves in the same room in Sheffield. I guess that answer would be different if you were asked someone who left for economic reasons, to play football, to learn, to educate, rather than running from war. And I guess, your goal was about a safe place and to be able to help your family. But I guess, was it ever a consideration for you to find that safe place on the African continent?
Well, actually, because my mind was thinking just, to go to Europe, in Africa we see that we are, suffering from many things. So whether in Sudan or Libya or Cameroon, whatever, because they are in Cameroonian, they're also traveling to go to see somewhere else where can they find just, opportunity to achieve their dreams and to change their life also. This is what we do. So I was always thinking that not just to stay in Africa, I need somewhere else like Europe to go there, which is a place where you can find more opportunity, and there is, lots of means so that you can just, make your life and help your family, and also to be contributed to the society. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, not really. Actually, I was working by myself, and but sometimes, because local organizations, it's quite difficult for them to help. Jungle, because they fear from the government by itself. It's difficult, especially even UNHCR is fearing. Because UNHCR is also trying to help Jungle, but actually not really help. But yeah, we are just working on ourselves, because if you depend on UNHCR, sometimes we will have like maybe, one of our friends feel sick, and we have nowhere to take this guy. Maybe at the same time we don't have money to go to take them, to take him into the hospital, and we'll go directly to the UNHCR to at least get like healthcare, but takes time, and he will be at the same time he will be in need of like medical. So it's really hard to find. So hard.
I've just come from Morocco, and I spent a lot of time there, and I was a month in Tunisia a couple of months ago. So just expanding on the UNHCR, I guess I'll give a small update. So since Trump got elected, all funding to the UNHCR has been cut, which was about 30 to 35% in Morocco. I'm unsure elsewhere. So basically any service that was provided and number of staff and so forth has been drastically cut also in the last few months. So whatever was being provided is now much less. There are less people doing the interviews, there are less people assessing asylum claims, there is less money for the UNHCR, and there is less money given by the UNHCR to local organisations as well. In Tunisia, approximately 1 year ago, the UNHCR closed their doors to new arrivals, new claims. So for 1 year, Tunisia has not been accepting claims for asylum at all. And US have also stopped 100% of receiving. So from Morocco, there were some people it would take some years, but could potentially be resettled to USA or Canada, and quite literally overnight, the US stopped every opportunity of being resettled. So I guess things are not going in a good direction. And then the other thing this afternoon, we were just walking and we met a number of Jongo, Sudanese Jongo here in Sheffield. I was hoping 5 or 6 guys would come today, but it come this afternoon, but they're not here, because I thought that could be a good way to link also if people here are from Sheffield. We were only here for 1 day and we met the community. So there are Jongo here. I couldn't tell you where to go because I'm not really sure where we were, but about a 20-minute walk this way, there's a lot of Sudanese Jongo brothers, that are experiencing exactly what you saw in the film and that life. So you don't have to go too far in your own city to support and help. I'm sorry that we can't provide more information as to where we were, but I'm not really sure. Over a bridge and kept going. Yeah, not too far.
Well, thank you. First of all, this Jungle Life, I started filming this Jungle Life in Libya, not in Morocco. But actually, because Libya is full of militias, and when you walk through the gates, police stations and those areas, they, research and take all your belongings. Mobile phone, money you have, they take everything. And I started filming there, but I lost the mobile with the videos, and there wasn't any chance for me again to start filming. And I started also preparing to take, or to change the direction from Libya, because I've tried to cross in Libya. I was unlucky, I didn't make it there. And I thought maybe it's better for me to go to Morocco, and I went to Morocco. We started filming this Jungle Life in Morocco. And actually there is so many community from different parts of Africa, Ethiopian, Eritrean, there is also Cameroon, people from Cameroon, from Niger, Nigeria, Guinea, Conakry, different parts. But at the same time, because the lack of the languages, we stayed, every community, they stay by themselves. Like Cameroon, because they don't speak Arabic sometimes, they can't know. But in this film, there is also one guy, he's from Cameroon. We have people from Chad, and as well from South Sudan also. But this film is not just only because we are, Sudanese people are more than other nationality. And it was our idea, especially me, it was my idea. I started filming, documenting my journey, and also including Jungle Life journey, which is similar to my journey. So in order to send this message that Jongo is suffering and blah 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 and so on. But this message is, or those Jongo that you watch it through film, they are presenting or on behalf of all the Jongo from all over Africa. I mean, everyone, because we were unable to go to to film everywhere or otherwise. We just film, in specific places, as you see through the videos, through the Jungle Life. Because in Morocco, you need to have, authorizations to make a film or to video. It's so difficult in Morocco to make. Even during our film, while we were filming, we went through, difficult situations. David was, attracted by police or, security, and he was able, to run away. Myself also, it was so dangerous for me because I will be in the jail. Some of the Jongo have been in the jail until right now, as you know. So it's so difficult to make this film, but alhamdulillah, we try our best, and this is what we tried. And we are so happy that we were able to make even this part of the film. So difficult, but this Jungle Life is presenting all of the African nationality, especially Sudanese who are suffering from the war in Sudan. Because right now, as you see, or if you don't know, Sudan is in crisis, in conflict in Sudan right now. So, yeah, that's it.
I guess just to add that, 90 whatever % of the film was in Morocco, and if you look geographically at the African continent, it had been more of a journey or a path or transitory country for West Africa. It wasn't until 2020, 2021 that Sudanese were starting to look at other options from Libya. But if you see, it's sort of not on the path to Europe, let's say. But yeah, I've been making films in Morocco about migration since 2013, and for sure there are huge communities from Cameroon, there's communities from all over West Africa. 2021 was the first time I'd ever met Sudanese in Morocco. And there are small numbers of Ethiopian and Eritrean, but it's mainly to do with people from Libya seeking an alternate route. So that route maybe that they can't move forward in a sense, so start looking sideways, I guess, to cross. And the crazy but sad thing at the same time is the film documents a moment in time where people, including Abubakar, left Morocco to come across Tunisia, which is kind of again coming towards Libya. And now many Jongo are doing it in reverse again, are returning back to Morocco because Tunisia has become much worse in the last 2 years than Morocco as well. So when I was in Tunisia a couple of months ago, I met a number of Jongo from the film, and many of them are thinking of returning, and some of them have actually returned to Morocco.
Because I don't have any experience about political issues. So, but it's very clear that Sudan is one of the richest country in Africa, which is has many resources, and Western country. They are colonized countries in Africa because of their resources. That's the problem, and that always making trouble. So that is why we are, migrating from our country to Europe, seeking for, life, good life. That's the issue.
And just on that, something that I found really interesting with Sudanese in Morocco than other countries was the focus was UK, US, Canada, and in some ways Australia, rather than Cameroonians, for example, is France, or like mainly a Europe-based. Very much the focus or the dream or the goal Sudanese were UK, US, Canada, to a lesser degree Australia. And I think that was for me also interesting. Obviously everyone that makes a project, who you are, also alters the way that people relate to you. And I think that if I was Moroccan, for example, I probably wouldn't have been trusted to come inside and make this film. The fact that I was Australian, we had like calls with I have a refugee friend in Australia from Sudan. I could talk about Australia's horrible asylum policies, for example, and things like that. So yeah, I mean, my colonial history probably assisted in the making of the project in a way as well. Yeah. Yeah, well said. I mean, I guess it's the sad irony that the masters, as you say, the colonial masters were happy to take and to pillage and to steal and but also to export ideas and products and religions and languages and things, and then find it totally inappropriate that those people would have the curiosity, desire, or need to actually, you know, come with their bodies, with their eyes, and experience that life as well. But I mean, that's a difference again between different sort of migrations or reasons to move. But as Abubakar says, once he would leave, for example, Sudan, his dream then was, you know, consciously or subconsciously perhaps influenced by the colonial past as well, and having family here and other reasons. So this idea that, you know, the wall or the door is only open one way is a pretty horrible way of, pretty horrible reality.
Well, actually, it took me like 5 years and a half to arrive here in UK, and it was really hard journey. But I was unstoppable to my journey. During my journey, I was working hard. I was, I mean, believing myself that, you know, every day, just, you know, trying to take a step until I reach, because I just program myself that, and I define my destination that I'm going to UK. And I was working on it until alhamdulillah I just make it after a very long time.
Can I just, so the film finishes that you arrive in Lampedusa, and then we read that you are in refugee camp in Europe, which you were when the film was finished, and now you're sitting here in Sheffield. So what happened between arriving in Lampedusa and today, for example?
Well, since I arrived to Lampedusa or Italy, alhamdulillah, I was feeling very happy because I made my dream happen, and I didn't want to stay in Italy because I was just pathing, and I went to France, and I stayed in France for 2 months, also trying to go to across the channel from France to UK, and alhamdulillah I got UK after 2 months when I was in France, and yeah, here I am starting new life. I was in, I mean, when I claim asylum seeker in UK here, Home Office transfer me to Bristol. I stayed there in Bristol for 4 months in the hotel, waiting in my decision, and also I've been transferred from Bristol to Swansea, and I received my visa there in Swansea after 2 months. So it took me like maybe 5 months to receive the e-visa, to receive my visa. Alhamdulillah, I received it, and I done all my process, and everything is fine. I mean, great, alhamdulillah, starting new life in a new country and with a new challenge again, which is so difficult also to start and building yourself again over. But alhamdulillah, I'm trying to do always my best, and I'm working on it until now. And it's a really good time also. I'm happy to go on attending Jungo Life, I mean, screening in London 2 times, and I also attended in Bristol as well. And this is my first time to attend the screening here in London, which is here in Sheffield. For the second time to attend the screening with the film director David Ali. So I'm really over the moon. You can't imagine how happy I am. So that, but alhamdulillah, inshallah, I'm ready to make my life ahead.
And I guess it's a different experience that you're in, because not most people that arrive also made a film. So I'm always bugging Abubakar about attending screenings, and we often, like just last week, just 3 days ago, I was in Morocco and we showed the film in Casablanca, and Abubakar joined us via Zoom, and quite often we have this interaction, I guess. So yeah, I kind of, my focus is on the film, but obviously Abubakar's priority is yeah, that's starting a new life here in the UK.
Well, you know, I am so happy that I make my journey happen, but I also feel so sorry because I left my friend there who is stuck in Tunisia, which is situations totally changed in Tunisia, even in Libya and Morocco. Like you can imagine if you see yourself that, like I myself, when I remember myself and was in Morocco, living, and sleeping on the streets of Morocco and trying also my best to cross there to jump the fence when I was there. And also I've changed my plan also from Morocco to Algeria, going back Algeria, from Algeria to Tunisia. You can't imagine how much or how I suffer until I reach here. So it's so difficult to remember that time. When you see yourself, you are here in UK and you left some of your friends, they're still suffering and more than before you left them. It's really so hard, but this is jungle life. Everyone, his mission is just to cross and to go to arrive to Europe, but you don't have to do anything. Because you can be able also to help someone who is stuck there. Everyone needs help, but yeah, this is jungle life, by the way.
And we were hoping to have Saddam, Abubakar's best friend here, who's in Scotland. But unfortunately, yeah, due to his priority, which is housing and life and asylum claim and things like that, we weren't able to be together today, but that'll happen next time, inshallah.
Well, I hope inshallah. Saddam is my best friend since 5 years during my journey, or since I arrived to Libya. So we have, very good friendship. We are not just friends, but we are brothers. Like we help each other anywhere we go. And alhamdulillah, we come together all the way since Africa, in Tunisia, until we arrived to France, in Cali. But from Cali to UK, he came before me, he arrived here before me. And today, we planned that we could attend the screening together because we haven't met each other since we came to UK. So we were planning to come to attend the screening together, but unfortunately, he had been granted lately before 1 month ago, and he was doing or starting his process for e-visa here in Scotland. But today is the day that he must leave the accommodation because he received the letter from Home Office that he had been granted and he must leave the accommodation. That's why he was unable to come. And I think, and I feel so sorry for this because I miss him, and he is going to be homeless today or maybe for a few days. So I hope inshallah also all the best for him, and I hope one day inshallah we can meet on one of our Jungle Life screening here in UK, anywhere. So well, David and I we met in Morocco, and it was by accident, I think, because he didn't know that because as he said, and we have a bit discussion about that. That day, I remember I went to, I was working, and I left my friend the place where we made our foods and fire and so on. So he was coming and walking down the street, and he saw a group of people on fire, and he went to see them. So he found, new, community. He hadn't been in touch with them, like Sudanese. It was his first time, as he said that, to meet the Sudanese. And my friend Saddam and other friends told me that there's a guy who came here because we used to receive lots of local organizations who come in to take information from us or to ask why are you live here and what are you doing and so on. So when I come back, my friend told me there's this guy who's called David, and he came here, he asked, and actually they were unable to be in contact because of the languages because some of them they don't speak, English, except me who speak little English, and I said that maybe I can meet this guy to see what he wants exactly, and yeah. So after 2 days or a few days, David he came there and we met and we have long conversation. And he was always after every few days he used to come there to visit us in our places, and he showed us that, talked to me that he made a film in 2014, I think, right?
Yeah.
In 2014, yes. And I have this idea that making film, or making documentary my journey. And when I just asked him about this, and he said, I'm not really sure because I didn't come to make a film or these kind of things. And I will think, we'll see, inshallah. I'm not just, respond me maybe in upcoming days. So after a few days, he came to out there, and we have a tea, which is our normal tea with a plastic there. So, and we have discussed about that. We discussed about that, and he said that yes, maybe we can start filming, and we start, preparing ourselves like which day we can start, because we were very close to very special days, which is Eid Day, Eid al-Fitr, and I said to David that maybe it's better for us to start in Eid days. So then we simply start there from the first day of Eid.
Yeah, so I was in Morocco because I love Morocco, and it's kind of become a second home. But when I met the Jongo, I literally just was walking down the street, as Abubakar said. I saw these guys around a fire. I went, but I don't speak a word of Arabic, and I still don't speak a word of Arabic. So the film was made in a language that I don't understand. So Abubakar was also my, not to do with the film actually, but just my way of being able to communicate with people. Because I had no desire, but no intention to make this film or any film. And we spent time just talking and other things that maybe I could have been of value. They don't really need someone filming them. They need sometimes to understand their documents or understand the process, or, we would eat, I'd help to get some food, we would eat together, drink a tea. Or some people needed some medicine and other things. And there's actually a Facebook photo that I shared of Abubakar and our brothers like 2 years ago saying, I'm not going to make a film about these guys, but these are my Sudanese friends. And it kind of wasn't the intention. And then I guess between the both of us, we started to think about if we could make a film, how we would do it or how we wouldn't do it, and the risk for both of us and for everyone. And so the whole film is filmed with a mobile phone. There's no camera involved in the film at all. It was not even this one. This is a better one. It was just an old iPhone 10 that I bought in a second-hand market in Morocco. So the whole film was filmed just with that. We had these exact microphones, so we're quite used to having these on us for the audio, but everything was with the phone. And then when Abubakar was in Tunisia and on the boat, that's other people's phones. So it's all from phones. Main reason for that, or only reason for that, is security risk. There was a police station, a big police station, only 100 meters from where the piece of land was. And I think and then my recollection was that I said to Abubakar, or he said, listen, look, I'll ask the group, because at that time there were probably about 40 people, maybe 45 Jongos sleeping on the street, and ask if they want to be in the film, and you wanted to make the film, and said to them, if you don't want to be in it, just remove yourself from the group, from the place of filming. And some people did remove themselves. The funny part about that is that pretty much everyone that removed themselves now wishes they were in the film in some sense, because I guess I was just a weird white guy that turned up and asked for people's trust, and some people thought it was not a good idea. A couple of people were angry, and we had some heated discussions and things like that. But that was 2 years ago, and through both the filming aspect and the collaborative approach, and the fact that I stayed in Morocco. I was 9 months. I edited the film in Morocco while Abubakar was on this journey in Tunisia, and all that time I stayed in Morocco. When Abubakar sent me 2 messages saying that he was going to Lampedusa, I went to Lampedusa twice to perhaps film that journey, and it didn't happen. So most of my time was stayed there, and I think that developed the trust. And then that continues in the screening and distribution, because now I'm kind of Facebook friends with all the Jongo, and I can pretty much tell you where everyone is, and I post something and they will be the ones that comment and engage and things like that. So I feel the collaboration continues beyond the filmmaking into this. So it's really special. I didn't know the word Jongo 2 years ago. I literally had never heard of this word. And I was saying to Abubakar, if our film does nothing other than kind of raise this word into the consciousness of, you know, a small group of people that happen to watch the film, then I think that's something that we can be proud of also. I can't remember the question, and I'm sure I didn't answer it, but... So I guess if I could start with that, I think that it's very interesting because obviously we're both individuals and we have different recollections, and probably, so I have a different way to probably answer that as Abubakar. So my thought is that I didn't want to make a film initially. And one of the reasons for that is I'd made 2 films previously in Morocco as well, and didn't want to, as a filmmaker, kind of retell the same story in a way. And I was also very conscious of, based on the films that I'd made previously and things that I'd learnt, I guess, and mistakes that I'd made, I didn't want to make another film about suffering, let's say. So I remember, or my recollection is, I said to Abubakar, if we're going to do something, there is a sentence, and it's amazing because I actually wrote this down as the key principle. And for me, it was, I wanted to make a film about dignity and resilience in the face of suffering. So that was my guiding star, but probably Abubakar has something entirely different. What did you think? What did you want to do or tell or show or not show? Or why did you want to make a film? In what approach?
Well, you know, when I thought about the filming, since I was in Sudan, I was thinking about because I was taking long journey, and that is why I thought that maybe it could be better if I try to document my journey and also to write a book about my journey, because I didn't know that how long it's going to take and how it's going to be. I have been in contact with different people, different friends who went through this journey, and I thought that it was a really hard journey, and you need to be really ready to go through this journey because you have no one who's going to help you. And I started filming in Libya, but because of didn't have another mobile, and it was a hard time to get also another mobile, to buy another mobile, started filming again, and you will go through police stations or militia stations, and they will take all your belongings, and you will start over again and again. And I say it's better to leave it, maybe. So, and then I left it, and I thought maybe I have to change the directions. From there, I went to Morocco. But the main reason of making film is I was thinking just by myself that to film my journey, what I went through, and I had a big experience about, because in Libya, I have been also in prison, and I have been treated really badly, and I've worked there. Without money. The guy that I've worked for him, he didn't give me my money. Jongo are suffering. living also on the streets. They go to UNHCR to get an appointment. to get medical care, or some Jongo are underage seeking for educations and so on. They have, but they didn't get all these chances, and I thought maybe it will be better to add Jongo's story or to include Jongo's story to my story. So that's how I thought, and also to send this message. Maybe I didn't know how and when, but I just thought, and I met David. When David, he told me that he made a film, and I saw the film also. I thought it will be good. It will be a better chance because David, maybe he has a camera or mobile, and I didn't have even mobile at that time when we making film. So we just make the film through David's mobile, because in Morocco it's difficult to film. I mean, or to hold the camera to walk around, taking pictures or filming yourself without any authorizations. And the message of or the purpose of this Jungle Life, it was the message that we send it to local organizations and UNHCR especially to help Jungle. That is our purpose, because we are suffering. I mean, even sometimes in very simple things in life, which is like shelter, medical care, and also safety places. I mean, or to be safe or to be protected from the government, because there is illegal deportations in Morocco also and Tunisia as well. The police, they deport Jongo from city to desert or to the desert. I mean, between the two countries in the border. I mean, which is so hard. So that's our message, to send it to, concerned authority.
I guess if I can add, as a filmmaker, what I try to do, not just in this film, but I know that we hear every day from politicians, we hear from experts, we hear from the UNHCR, we hear from the media, mainstream media, but we don't often hear from the people and see the way that people are affected by policies and decisions made by people in, let's say, higher places. And I'm not that interested in these people in higher places, in a sense, and I'm really interested in spending time with people. And what I'm hoping, so I don't tend to make films that interview people or experts. I mean, we can find ways to access those interviews if we want. We just have to turn the news on, for example. And that's the thing, what's happening in Sudan, or effects of the war in Sudan, is generally just told in news reports, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, where you don't hear even someone speaking. You may just one or two sentences, but the people that are affected are just used as like wallpaper for a white presenter a lot of the time, and you just see what's happening behind here, but you don't actually hear from the people. And I want to make heroes of these people. I want people to sit in a dark room for 78 minutes, really close to my Jongo friends, and feel what that was like for me to feel. And perhaps you may be moved in the same way that I'm moved, I guess. And that's, so unfortunately I'm in the film. I didn't want to be in the film. That was the only way to be able to tell Abubakar's story in Tunisia, because I was not there, through voice messages and things like this. It happened in my previous film as well. I made a film with a refugee from Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, and I didn't want to be in the film, but due to circumstances and problems. So I really am trying to, when I love seeing Eamon when he's doing push-ups on the beach, and you see him, his beautiful black body, and for me, that's what I want to show. Make heroes of these amazing guys. And most films, we make heroes of other people, I guess. And for me, Abubakar and these guys are real heroes. So that's what I'm trying to do with my humble film. And Abubakar's right, in Morocco, you need authorization to make any sort of film, and you can't get authorization to make this. So that was the second reason that we filmed with the mobile. And just to give you an idea of the challenge, the very first day was Eid. It was maybe 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and I said to Abubakar, okay, I'll come in the morning when you're sleeping, and I'll try to film you. And I was, can I say this, shitting myself basically about, here I am starting another project. Last time I made a film in Morocco, I was arrested and with a camera, and it was hard. And Abubakar was asleep, and I took my phone out and I pressed record, and within less than 3 or 4 seconds, a Moroccan guy came, started yelling, screaming, said he was going to call the police and all sorts of things. Abubakar came up, could speak to him in Arabic, and I said, Abubakar, I think this film is not going to happen, it's a bad idea. He said, don't worry about this guy, don't worry, we continue. I'm like, oh, here we are. So yeah, it was done with this spirit of really wanting to share and tell the story, and without Abubakar's pushing, I probably would have fallen on the side of weakness, let's say. Yeah, many things had to come together for this film to exist.
Well, yes, as I said, I was thinking also writing books and filming my journey, but at the moment, because I don't have any tools of camera or this kind of things, I also wanted to film my, new life here with a new challenger here in UK, but I still didn't start it. Maybe, inshallah, upcoming few days or few months, maybe I'll start, inshallah, because I was in Swansea and I went from Swansea to London, so I don't have a home until now. So I'm just trying to find out a way to stay, and then I will start just my life to maybe start filming again or
writing.
All right. Yeah,
We were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind me saying, it's not just Abubakar. I mean, I encourage everyone to try to write their story, but it seems that, and not seems, it's obvious. You need to be in a place of stability in some sense because I imagine it's emotionally difficult as far as everything else to go through. But yeah, I mean, but you have been filming, you also have been filming since then in some way. So I really hope that Abubakar can continue to tell his story.
Well, yeah, but because right now I'm really running through difficult situations, even in my family home back in Sudan. So it's quite difficult for me if I say that I can't start right now because I don't have, a good place to stay until now. So I think I'm just preparing myself step by step, finding place to stay. Going to race at the college also because there is something that, I put it as a priority in the first step that I have to do it, and then I will see, because filming is the second thing that I can do right there.
Even the
in
film
the end,
screening.
I will try to do, yeah. And then I will try to write a book and also to start filming again.
And attending film screenings is a second priority, I guess, as well. Like I always tell Abubakar, his priority is his life and himself, and this film comes, at least second or third behind his family. Yeah. But I hope we can read his book and read the book of so many others.
Inshallah. But also there is a book of Jungo, if you be able to research to read it, which is in Arabic, Jungo Life, who wrote it, the great writer Abdulaziz Baraka is called. It's called what?
Abdulaziz Baraka Sakin, he wrote a book called Jongo Stakes of the Earth.
Jongo State of the Earth, yeah.
But it's, so Jongo is a word that is used in Sudan for Sudanese agricultural workers. So it's a book about, it is in English, I've read it, he sent me the book. It's a book about Jongo, Sudanese Jongo, farmers, rural workers. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Alhamdulillah, I found it, yeah. And when in Bristol, also in Swansea. But after I get, my visa, because it is it's quite different when you are asylum seeker and you have been granted as a refugees. When you are asylum seeker, there is so many local communities who are there for asylum seekers to help, and it's easy when you speak, even a little English, to involve with the community. Because I speak a little English, it's easy for me to involve with the community or to be in contact with the communities. But if you don't speak English, so it's going to be quite hard. But after you have been granted as a refugee, then you're going to start new life, new struggle. You're going to be, independent. So yeah. Well, actually, religion is the part of the life, I think. Religion is a part of life, and without religion, I mean, we will lose our life. I mean, we will stop because we will. I mean, do all our things in. For me as a Muslim, and I do respect all the religions. I mean, different religions, but for me as a Muslim, I do have a strong faith. I do have, I mean, praying 5 times a day, doing the charity, helping people, and so on, because this helps me that while I am on my journey, whatever I do, I ask Allah I ask God to save me, to, I mean, to answer my, I mean, when I ask to answer all my, I mean, questions, and then He'll be always there to to push me through difficult days, or to help me through difficult days, because there is a days that you will be in need of help, even they will be, I mean, people even can't be able to help you. And I went through this when I was in Libya for maybe 9 months. I was sick, and I have no one can help me to go even to the hospital and so on. So it was really difficult, but I think, and even part of this, when we start the journey from Tunisia to Italy, on the boat during our journey in the Mediterranean Sea, we were in the middle between Italy and Tunisia. So we went through a difficult 2 nights, which we were even about to die. The wave was maybe 3 kilometer high.
3 meters.
Yeah, it was really, even the boat was, we were unable to go forward with the boat because the wave is coming in front of us, and if we try, I mean, to insist that we have to go, I mean, maybe the boat will just, because there is also water getting inside the boat. And I talked to the captain to stop the engine, and the wave, I mean, start pushing us back to Tunisia. And when the waves come down, we started engineering again, but everyone was vomiting and crying because we were about to die and so on. And therefore we were making prayers during our journey, and that was, I mean, really affected. And also that was only thing that helped us, asking Allah to help us during our journey, because we were in need of help. No one is able to do anything, so asking Allah. There is a prayer when there is a prophet called Yunus ibn Matta, if I don't know in English. Yunus ibn Matta is a prophet that when Allah sent him, and he has been also in the ship in the journey, and he has been pushed by people from the ship to the water, and there's big fish when it swallow him and so on. So he was in the darkness, and he was inside the fish, and he was asking Allah to help him to get out from that darkness and so on. So, I mean, belief is always playing roles, because you need to believe, you need to follow, I mean, instruction, and I follow Allah's instruction to help me always during my difficult times and during my life. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's
Thank
a
you so
good.
much.
Thanks, guys. I think that's maybe a good place to wrap up.
No,
Thank you. Yeah, I was just going to say. Or do you have something you'd like to say?
No.
Okay. If anyone's interested, there is a small crowdfunding that I'm doing, renting some houses and renting a house and a room in Morocco for some of the Jongo. You can find details if people are interested on the website thisjungolife.com. That's it. Thank you, and I really encourage you to discover the Sudanese here as well, community. And yeah, and just thanks very much again for having Abubakr
Thank
here.
you. Thank you so much. My pleasure.
It's very unique and special opportunity. So yeah, it's amazing. Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming. We really am. I'm really happy to represent and to tell you the story of Django, and also my story. And yeah, thank you so much. That's all.